Keto Brick. I finally got my hands on these. Picked up a week's supply and I'm looking forward to reviewing them for you guys. These have been pretty hot in the keto world online. They're made by Keto Brick LLC. The owner he's a blogger and an online keto personality by the name of Keto Savage. I think his real name is Robert Sykes. And he started making these, he makes them by the batch. I think they still do them that way, even though they've really kicked up and invested in production equipment. Like I said, they make them by the batch, and they started with a small batch and they sold out very quickly. And they keep increasing the batch size and they keep selling them out very quickly. They still haven't found their market saturation point, so good for them. And I see why. There's not a lot of keto snacks, keto meal replacements. I'll refer to this as, that's what it is, I believe, to me. It's a keto meal replacement. And there's not a lot of them online. These are, let me go over the nutrition. They're 1,000 calories total for the brick. They're 90 grams of fat, 58 grams saturated, 16 grams carbs, 12 grams dietary fiber, and your 31 grams of protein. The calorie percentage is about 81% from fat, and you've got a little under 20 for protein and barely anything for carbohydrate. They're primarily made out of raw organic cacao butter, and the protein is derived from a plant-based protein powder, which is pea protein isolate and organic rice protein concentrate, and it's got a natural mocha flavor, and it's sweetened with stevia, that protein. There's a gum blend. There's organic Sasha Inchi, which is kind of an obscure type of nut, I believe. I'm not sure if it's a legume or a nut, but there's sea salt, there's some monk fruit, there's a vegan digestive enzyme blend, there's MCT powder, golden flaxseed meal, raw organic fermented cacao nibs, ground coffee beans, and Himalayan salt. So they come in this small resealable package, every single bar. They sell them by the bar for $12. They have a 1 week supply, which is 7 bars for $50, and that's what I bought. And there's also a 2 week supply, which is 14 bars. I'm not sure of the cost of that. I've never purchased that. But I'm sure it's along the lines of those per bar price of the other two. And inside, you'll find the bar wrapped in this foil, and the bars look like this. I've cut this in half because I'm going to have it tomorrow. I'm going to an all-day conference. And if you're keto or you follow, any type of other specific diet, when you go out, you go to a conference, you can't count on the food that they'll have there. They will serve lunch. They will have breakfast, and I'm sure the breakfast is not going to be for me. It's going to be muffins and junk like that. I'll probably be able to eat some of the lunch, but bringing this 1,000 calorie meal replacement, in the worst case scenario that I can't eat anything, I'll at least have this. And being in ketosis, this will be fine. This will be fine, and I would have, if this is all I had all day, I'd be okay. Coffee, water, and this. And I'd be probably a little hungry at night, and I could just get the rest of my calories when I leave the conference. So that's how I use these bars. They're a fantastic tool. So I have two primary ways maybe three ways of using them. The first way would be just having a bar at home, having half or a full bar. I seldom have a whole bar. In fact, I don't think I've ever had a whole bar. I usually have them either in a quarter or half portion, and I try to make them stretch out, I guess. Not that I couldn't eat a whole bar, but this morning, before my early morning boot camp workout, I took half a bar, and this is a new thing that I've started. It works out very well. I have keto coffee, and sometimes I'll do butter and MCT oil. Sometimes I will do a nut butter and MCT oil. I'll also do coconut butter. But what I've started to do with these bars, I'll throw half a bar in some hot coffee in my NutriBullet RX, and I'll blend that up, and it comes out like a milkshake, and it's fantastic. And it's just, it's just a blast of fat and calories, and it's clean and it feels great. So, and it worked, like I said, that's good for that quick, got a workout coming up in the morning, and it's tough for me to get up early enough sometimes to make a breakfast. So that's what I do, and it works out well. The other, the third way, which happens probably most often, is like tomorrow when I'm on the go. And if you're following keto, following a ketogenic diet, that you can't, I suppose you could go out and you could hit the salad bars at a supermarket, and you could get some chicken and you find something fatty on there to get your fat. But sometimes it's good to rely on something like this, and it comes in handy that way. And it has a good clean ingredient profile, and it's got a great keto calories, a lot mostly from fat. So if I was to review these from a taste palatability standpoint, they're pretty good. When I first had them, they reminded me of my homemade. I've made a bunch of different homemade. I make like truffles with a silicone truffle mold that I have, and I've also done bars in a big glass pan, and it reminded me of that. But actually, the taste has grown on me even more, and I don't know. I like it more the more I eat them, and they're pretty good. They're good, and like I said, they're pretty clean, and I don't get indigestion. I don't often get that anyway, but definitely don't get it with these. So they taste pretty good. They're really thick. I mean, it's a brick. So if I was to critique these, I have three main critiques. They're not big deals, but there's ground coffee beans in these. I think the coffee beans could be ground up a little more. Some bars are different than others, but that would be one critique I have. Maybe grind those coffee beans up a little more. The second critique would be the use of the plant-based protein. To me, those are probably the worst tasting protein blends. And it would probably taste a little better if it had a whey protein. But I completely understand the use of the plant-based. They want to I don't know for sure, but they probably want to keep these vegan and to keep it open to that whole crowd. And if that's the case, I completely understand, and that's smart. That's a smart way to do it. The third critique, I don't know if I mentioned it. Like I said, they're a little thick. It can be a little big to bite into, but not a big deal. That's really nothing big. A lot of people actually will melt these down. I've seen they're big with hikers. And I've seen people online mention that, they go hiking and they'll melt these down into 3 or 4 smaller bars and just throw them down as they go, hiking for the day or a weekend. But all in all, hey, it's a great product. I'd say, I'd give them an 8.5 out of 10. There's nothing else out there that I know of really. There's stuff coming up every day, and I'm sure there's going to be a point where we have a good variety of keto meal replacements and bars and things like that out there, but there's just not. I don't think there's a great selection. So I would definitely recommend these. Give them a try. I allot myself some money every month for supplements, and some of that money is going to go to Keto Bricks, at least for the next few months. These have worked out well for me. I don't know what I would do. It's made it really easy when I travel, when I have an all-day conference, when I'm kind of out and about and trying to do multiple things in town, and I want something to eat, and I know this fits into my diet. So, like I said, I recommend them. Give them a try. Just, you can Google search Keto Brick, And I'll also mention I think they're coming out with new flavors. They're going to do a cinnamon, I believe. So I'm looking forward to that. Thumbs up, absolutely. Give them a try. And I would appreciate, take a look at my other videos. I've got some videos covering diabetes, other keto topics, and would appreciate a subscription. And I hope everyone enjoyed this video, and I hope you all have a good day. Thank you.